Those of you who are joining for the first time, you are invited to join an exciting session. We have live sessions on art, different art forms every week. We cover different aspects of art from sketching, watercolors, and portrait making, and clay and glass, you name it, and we have it. And we have art sessions every week. So you are invited to join our live classes every week. So subscribe the channel and press the notification bell on the right so that you don't miss out any update on our different art forms. So let's quickly start. So I am explaining the watercolor making today, and in the watercolor I am showing you the use of watercolors to paint a landscape. In this there is a pathway which I want to show you in the form of a jungle, and this area is having forest and this is the path. So I have to create a background first. In this whole thing the background will be kept light. So I will first create a light background, and the use of light shade and the light tone is recommended. So I am using light tone first. Light tone means I am using yellow, and the use of more water. So whenever we use watercolors, as I have told every time, that we use watercolor and we use less of the colors. So I am first painting the ground. So I am using water, more of the water, and creating a light yellow ground in the background. And this is will give a light ground to uh, the light which is coming from the ground, from the background, and the trees and everything will have this background. So first whenever we use watercolor, we start from light shade, and then we move on to the dark shade. So here I have applied a light tone, and in between I will show you. See, the color is very light. So you can make a light color dark anytime. Therefore, whenever you use watercolors, try to start from light tone first, then move on to a dark tone. And this session is live in front of you, meaning there is nothing fast forward. You can watch the session and try to make what you are seeing. Now here I have kept slightly dark, but this whole area will be kept light, and the color will dry. Then over that I will be using a dark tone. So I will try to finish it quickly. Now when we use watercolors, there are different tones which we have to apply. So there is a tool which will help you to get the desired tone, and this is the color chart. This I am following. There is a video session, there is a live session which I did on how do you make this and what is the use of this. The link of this video will be given below this video which you are seeing. In this I have shown different colors which are used for creating the desired shade. So on this side there are numbers which are given, and these are the shades. So when I am using pinned landscapes, I use this area of that, and all these shades are the basic tones which are used for creating the painting. So check out this video which is given below this. It will help you to get the desired shade, and in between I will be telling you which shade or which tone I am applying. So let's start. The color has dried also. The trees will be painted later on, and this area is basically light, and there is greenery, and the use of greenery is also in uh, different tones. It will not be one flat color. So I am using light green, and now the area which I am doing is starting from here, and you will see that I am leaving some areas light, and the shade will not be kept same. So use the green, the tone of the green is given in that video, and you can use blue and mix light yellow. The number of the shade, the number which is in the color chart, you will understand which green and which shade to be mixed. Now this is a light background. In between you will see that I have left the first background which I started. In that background I have left, it was a light yellow background, and that yellow background I am leaving in between, and the remaining area I am giving a shade of different green. So some areas are dark green, so everywhere that shade will not be same, and you are seeing that the color use is also less. So we don't use too much of color. This is the area through the trees which I am doing. So use a round brush or a flat brush, but mostly in watercolors we use a round brush. Now some areas have to be done dark, with a light tone also on it, and use more or less of the color and leave some areas in the background. So the background was kept light, it was light yellow. Now this area is light, but I will make it dark because this is in depth of the painting. So this lower part of the painting is dark green. Use green and put, green is the green shade which I have described in that, using blue and yellow. Otherwise there are color boxes which have got green shade also. It is up to you, you can create any, but the tone which I have mentioned in the video, that the description which I have given, below. So that one explains that how do you get the desired tone. So use of the green which I have mentioned in the video, it will explain that the green which is created with that is the natural green. You will get different tones of green, and you don't have to look for different tones once you understand that how do you create the desired effect. Now this lower part is having light, and this lower side will be having a dark green. And then we use brush cleaned in washed in water, and then spread it. So clean the brush, and in between keep leaving some areas, because we have done already, we had done light yellow background in the first, so that background will create a light yellow tone in between. Now this is a dense forest, therefore the color use is also in the lower side, the color use will be dark. Now in this side, lower side, there are some dense bushes, big bushes are there which are to be shown. So therefore, and these white areas which I am leaving, they are, I can do them dark also, but I want to show some light falling. These are the areas which I have left for the trees. So this is the area which I have created. In this lower part, there is a pathway. This side is green, and the green I am creating on the left side, which is having some trait of yellow also. So in this part, there is use of yellow first. So first I am doing yellow, because in between this light yellow, light green and light yellow will help in creating a reflection sort of thing in the ground. There will be a type of reflection which will be seen, and there will be a shadow of a light falling on the ground. This is the far away area, where this is the pathway which I am doing now, which is shown light, and this is to be done light in between, and there will be a reflection, there will be shadow of the trees which will fall on the trees on the ground. So you will see that there will be shadows coming from both sides. The same tone I want to create on this side. Now this is the lower side of the ground where the shading will be done more later on, but I am creating a ground here. Therefore in this ground there is use of little bit of yellow, very less brown, and this tone I will spread and make it light. And on this there is a pathway, therefore the ground will be kept light and the color will dry, then I will give detail to it. Till the time this area dries, I will move on to the upper area, and in this upper area most of the green, dark green part is done. So now let's do the brown, and the brown of the tree which I have to do will be using brown, and you will put green tone also. You will, the green which you have used, that green will be used. Now the trees which I am doing now, they will not have full brown use, flat will be not done. Some areas of the tree I am leaving these areas which I have left, they will show the light falling on the tree, and they will be showing the light which is falling in different areas, so that part of the tree will be left bright. Now I'll show you a close-up of what I have done. The area which I have left white here, in this white area, some areas I will use green, and some areas I will leave them as white. So there is green coming over the brown, and the area which I have done and the lower part of the tree I will use brown and spread it till down. So now what happens when I do this, it gives a nice effect to the tree where I can do it dark, and I have to give different tones. So I have done this part dark, like this, and the trees branch and the leaves will not be of same tone everywhere. Now the light areas which you are seeing, they are symbolic, they are showing that there is light falling on the tree, and this tree is passing over the branches, so this part will be done brown. The lower part I will leave, and the upper part somewhere the brown will be visible. So this is how we do it. And now this green I will put in between the stems. This green is showing that there are leaves which are passing through the trees. So the tree is passing through the forest, and there are a lot of leaves. So this brown will not be done flat brown. The use of green, which is blue and yellow mixed, will be different in different areas. Some areas will be dark, and in between. Now the areas which I had done earlier, they will create a background of the trees, and the area which I am doing now is creating a dark tone in the tree. The light green will create a light second tone, and the dark which I am doing now will reduce the next tone. And the same thing in this part also, there are trees branches which are passing through the leaves, and they will also not be made continuous. The part which is in complete light will have full brown, but the other part will be having pieces. The shading will be done in pieces, and you are seeing that now I have left space in between, which is showing that there are leaves which are in parts. Now there is another tree which I have to do here. So I am doing a light green, and I have done light yellow. Now I will use green and spread the color. There is a tree which is in the background. Now you watch. I want to show that there is a thick tree here. Use brown, and then this tree is made. It is a broad tree. The lower side of the tree is broad, and in between there are different areas of the tree which are in light. So now there is a branch which is going towards the right. Now when we do this and we leave some areas in between, so what happens, it creates a natural effect of the tree. Natural effect like that, you will see that it will look like the tree is actually passing through the forest. Now I can use green, and there is green which is coming over the tree. So the trees are made with leaves which are passing through the trees, and the leaves are also among the forest. So we have to show that effect. So the continuation of tree is not done. And and this is a big tree, so it will go above, and there are branches which are on the side. And after that I will give more detail, but now let's come to the ground. And here there is a shadow which is falling on the ground. This is the lower part of the forest where there is we'll use dark is used for the light, for the dark tone where there is a shadow in the forest, and the light tone is showing that there is light falling in between the forest. So when I do this, it is creating an effect of that there is a shadow through the forest. And we will leave some areas, I am leaving white, so they are giving an effect that there is a shadow falling and there is reflection. Now split in pieces we will do, and this part is almost done, and the same thing will be followed in different areas. Now this side trees, there is a big tree on one side, so here also I will be, this is having uh, full shape will be made. There is shadow on the right, and in between you will see I am leaving some areas white. They are the, they will work like there is a light falling on the tree. The lower side will be done completely dark, but this will also have a shadow. This tree is there, it will have an effect of brown, but the brown will be this will be, this is far away, so here the effect will be done like the right side one. The use of green in between, the leaves are coming through in front of the tree, so that has to be done to give a natural effect. So when you are able to make a landscape, then you will understand that the color concept you understand better when you are working with the watercolors. Mostly everyone avoids, but watercolors are important. If you want to use, you want to learn watercolors, then you have to practice the watercolors. Once you have done enough practice of watercolors, then the other mediums become easy. Now you are watching that there is a gap which I have left. And through this I will show that there is leaves. There are leaves which are of the forest which are coming and going on the right. And we may not give detail, but yes, when I will put some branches of the leaf in between, then it will give automatic detail. The tree I have done, but you are seeing that the steps are not done with detail. I am doing them fast. The light areas which you are seeing in between, they were the light things which I have kept in between. Now, since I have already done green, if I will do green over it, it will create a different shade. Now I am doing movement of the brush which is randomly. Now I can put a third tone which I am doing now, dark green and light green, and there is not too much to be done because already the background will create an effect, and the same effect I will do on this side. Now this area is having darkness, so there will be what the way how I am doing it, just put dark green and leave linings and leave space which was already done light. So when I do this, alternate light and dark tones, when I do, it will create an effect. Watch this side. So these are lines which I have to do. Now these stripes which you are seeing, they are, I will show you in close up. They are shadings which are in the ground, and they are reflections of the things on the ground, and there are shadows which are falling on the ground. There is greenery on the right side. Now this area is done. Now let's give some detail to the upper part of the tree. Towards the right, dark green. And not everywhere, some areas I have to do. And everywhere the shade will not be same. We will vary the shade. This area is in darkness, so this is a far away area. So here I have to do dark green, and after doing dark green I will just wash it upwards, meaning I will use water and then spread. The background which I did in the first, that will help me in getting the desired shade. The branches of this tree will be done, but they will be done now. A little bit effect detailing. Dark, I am using straight lines to show that there are big bushes effect in the background. This is the light dark combination. Now here I want to show that there is a ground which is showing a shadow. So from here I will extend the line. And this will go on the right. The shadow on the ground. Now same thing from here one more time. A thin line, and it is going towards the right side. From the right I will show a shadow. This is the shadow which is created on the road or the pathway. So these are horizontal lines which I have to just spread. Now once more you watch, there is a line, and then I will use this flat. This area is in darkness, so use brown, use a little bit of blue, and then the areas which I am leaving white in between will show that there is Now this effect will create an effect of there is a path and there is a shadow which is coming through the road on from both the sides. When this will dry, then I will use a line effect. Line effect means I want to create darkness. It is nearby and it is in darkness. So here there is dark green with brown. Now this is the shade which I was talking about, creating a line, dark shade from the right. It should not be a straight line, it should be a flat with alternate dark shades in between, which is showing that there is a pathway. And when we go at the top, here there will be light brown tone. So far away the tone will become light, and I can even use yellow. So this has given a pathway effect. You can see the perspective. The lower part is broad, and when we go and show it in perspective, it is showing depth in the painting. So this has created the effect. When I do this, it has done the detail. Now a little bit of finishing touch and then it will be done. So how you have liked the session and the drawing, try out the work. And what many people are doing, they just watch the session. After that they send their work for any guidance. So you can also do the same thing. Try out the painting, watch the steps, and then send the work on the email. There is an email given below. So on that email you can send your work for any guidance. And I will guide you like many people are doing it. They send their work and then they are guided free of cost. So you will be in touch with me on the email. Now there are some branches which I will add. These will give some more detail, and these are thin branches. They will be randomly made in different parts. Of course we have to do it according to what we are making, but they are important. Now this, there is a pathway to give some more effect. The last touch, I will make a line here on both the sides. When I do this, some areas of some alternate darkness, and this is the detail which we do. Now this darkness and alternate dark and light shade help to create a shadow effect on the ground. And always maintain dark and light tones. So the areas which you are seeing white, they will help to highlight the different areas. So hope you have enjoyed. Watch a close up. It's a simple one. You can watch the step, try the steps which I have shown, and send your work, and stay connected. See you in the next session. Please subscribe the channel if you have still not subscribed. You will get notified of all the sessions which are happening. You will not miss out anything. So stay connected. See you in the next live session. Goodbye and take care.